So I now have the honor of welcoming our featured poet up here. Her name is Jade Sylvan. She is from Boston. Is that where you're from? Boston?
No, I'm from Indiana.
Indiana. Rooted in Boston now. She has a book out called Spark Singer. She has her first full-length album out. What's that? For sale in the lobby. She also has a full-length CD called Blood and Sand.
For sale in the lobby.
For sale in the lobby. She is a literary performer, a songwriter, a teaching artist, and from what I know so far, an amazing human being. Welcome, Jade Sylvan, up here.
In youth, I beat my ego near to death. I studied works of saints and thinkers who denied as nothing but a link, the self, the mind an ugly conduit of vain, the body an exquisite curdled scar, all conceits and manias to fear. Such wantonly pontificating fear of unwell life to lame and lonesome death, the only hope, the scratching of a scar on retinas of children's children who will dance away your teaching, all in vain, but carry airy notions of a self. Throats will bleed like tree sap for some self, see ears collapse and stomachs tear in fear, the wraith-like sleeping knowledge of the vain attempt to stab that mighty lord to death. How hungry is the haggard hermit who has learned annihilation leaves a scar. I want to add this to my list of scars, my swollen love now straps to swell myself, a widened throw of scattered stories who will fucking cackle out the hanging fear. In photos, beauty flips the bird to death. I'd be a glutton if I weren't too vain. If all this hallowed howling is in vain, I'll trace our names in gray decaying scars. How do you like me now, oh Mr. Death? What carriage carts the relic of the self through unmarked graves and smokestack oaths and fear, the slick grope of the zero for the who? Could span or death bring limping vagrant who holds echoes in the blue rush of his veins? A hand held without love is held in fear. A swirl of fingerprints become its scars. Don't follow me, I'll do this by myself, each vagrant step a sachet skirting death. I know a man who scraped off all his scars, so vain he has no words to call himself. He tells me that he has no fear of death. Thank you. I don't know, since this was a poetry festival, I wanted to start with a sestina. There's a sestina. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yay, sestinas. Thank you very much for having me. I am on the road from Boston. I was just in Richmond, Virginia last night, and now I'm here. This is a beautiful, gorgeous space. I was so giddy when I walked in here. I was like, are you serious? This? Like I'm Dionysus or something? Awesome.
It's just something we threw together for you.
Yeah, right.
Notable thing we have.
There is a frigidity that does not wait for bonfires and Eastern Standard Time to wiggle into living bones. Doppelgangers linger, terrifying and invisible. They shadow our every move, watch like voyeurs through bushes at our hushed conversations on futons after the kids are in bed. As you Google German sopranos and try on new shoes, your other life is always wrapped around you, a film of ether in the most floral parts of the brain. One step left or right, and you could have been a cowboy, a screen actor, a witch, a Freemason. Somewhere your hands are filthy with dirt from your mango farm, your pro tennis career, the dig site where you discovered a new species of dinosaur. Demons only demonize, I tell myself. If they are so smart, why aren't they standing here in a matter suit like me, drinking wine and baking cakes, kissing and being kissed? No one kisses demons, they don't even have lips of their own. My roommate is eating an apple. I hate her mouth for how it snaps off the flesh in wet tears. Hate the smack of her tonguing the fruit, the oblivious way she licks her lips, the way she eats all day and does not gain weight. But I love her because she has a mouth to eat and to speak with, because she is I try to concentrate, describe something someone uneducated might call the soul. I am staccatoed by my neighbor lobbing limp beanbags at a slab of particle board. They fly like winsome empanadas flung from a catapult, landing with flaps. I do not know his name, but he wears a fitted navy baseball cap backwards on his skull. I want to love this place, how monks talk of washing dishes, what once clean, now dirty, now clean. There is a cycle to everything, not linear like breaking plates. I do everything too quickly, my plates are always breaking. I want to love the plates, want to wipe the flotsam slurry from their faces hard with glaze, chanting Om Mani Padme Hum. Want to clean them, dirty them, clean them again. I made up my own Lord's Prayer last week before scraping off my monkey fur with razor blades and heading out to the bar. God, and day-old bread the bakery leaves out on the curb for the bums. I never felt so hungry. I want to go on vacation with my body and leave my mind at home to bury herself in algorithms and I-ams. I will seek out sensation anywhere I could. Open my legs to the mayor of Alston City and his denizens of beer bottle stab wounds, to the priest in Galway who lingered too long dropping God's body on my pink flower tongue, to the teenagers by the bridge of the canal, Dr. Pepper bottles brimming with SoCo, to the old folks in their eponymous homes, to the sad aging swingers swapping bruised husband for bruised wife. The inside of me is filled with broken plates. Have your way with me. Compared to you all, I am 6 times a virgin. Let's get right down to it. You cannot love in a straight line without breaking. There is no way back home. I am not a singer, a poet, or an especially good friend. I prefer to be naked. All words are just clothes and they itch like thrift store synthetics. Let me lie here in the dirt and let the sky cover me like heat, like milk. Paint me if you like. I will not notice. Bring your mouth to the crux of my thighs and drink the blood, which is the origin of all life, as I dream of sky burials, of the monks that hold the cubed human flesh out to the birds, who clean the bones, delicate as fine plates. Those birds were dinosaurs once. Those monks were monkeys, and all of us used to be stars. Let us dine together. I have set the table. There is a place for everyone. I'll read this for Mother's Day. This is for Mother's Day. This isn't about my mother. Or is it? No. This is about you'll get it. Okay. Mother. They flush the blood from your thighs when they sing of you. Smoke it with stars and lambs and drummer boys. If there were ever hymns that saw you before, wearing nobility like a second-hand dress, carrying on with wine-rose cheeks among men, creeping off to the chromatic royal of the Gentile festivals with a painted face and stick of tobacco, they smoothed them, perfected your painting until your face was egg-like white, heavenly upper right light draped over it like gossamer. Identically, 10,000 times you hold your son like he is weightless, both of your nimbus halos spreading clean circular glow. In the world he would have saved, no peasant girl could get by on chastity. Your lungs were ripe for the intake of another breath. You who so loved the world, you gave it your body, to fill and swell, to bear a being so perfect, to hold him burned your roughened skin. When they struck your lovers from the record, refashioned you passionless vessel, funneling love into 2 merry channels, how you must have wept for them, for they did not understand a thing. When they strung him up on that crooked arrow homeward, it was only you and the 2 others who had worshipped the salt of his body as their own flesh who stayed beneath him. When you looked up and saw that draped rag of all your spent love, you wanted it back. You wanted to do it all over again. As Griffin said, I am touring. I am a full-time artist and teaching artist, and places like this and selling my art. And I have things here. Maybe you can like them. This is my book. It came out a year and a half ago. It's called The Spark Singer. It's out in the lobby. And I just came out with my first album of music, which I'm very excited about. And that's out there too. And look at this. Just look.
Nice.
They say my name